Hello and welcome to Whiskey Resource. The eagle-eyed amongst you will notice that we've had a bit of a rebrand. Gone are the days of being pale ale runner. We're now focusing wholly on whiskey, which, as you'll probably know if you've subscribed to my channel, I'm quite passionate about and I'm really getting into now. So I've built a website. It's live now. Go and visit it. It's whiskyresource.com. We're going to be reviewing whiskies. We're going to be providing a blog. We're going to be providing information about distilleries, distillery visitor centres. There's going to be a forum on there, and there's going to be lots of additional bits and pieces as the site develops. So not all those features are available straight away. The facilities on the site, when it goes live, is going to be some reviews, some search features of some whiskies that's been listed already. We're going to be listing more whiskies over the days. There's going to be a fantastic search system on there which you really need to check out, because if you're into whiskey and you want to try and find whiskey that's similar to the whiskies you like, our site, our search feature is going to help you find whiskies, so you're going to start exploring your own journey a bit further. But what whiskey we're going to start off with today? Well, the eagle-eyed amongst you will see that over my shoulder there I've got two bottles. The first one I'm going to be trying is going to be the Glenfarclas 10-year-old. Now, brief history about Glenfarclas, you're probably all aware. It's a family-owned distillery. It was purchased by the Grant family in 1865. It's been pretty much family-owned since then, which is quite unique, independent distillery. They're based in a place called Ballindalloch. Now, apologies if I got that name wrong. Try my best. The 8-year-old is the first in the Glenfarclas core range of whiskies. Sorry, did I say 8? Scratch that. The 10-year-old. The 8 is available, but that's only in Europe. You've got to be very lucky if you can get a hold of that. But in the UK, it's the 10-year-old that is the first in the core range. Now, as part of the website, the way that I'm going to start listing whiskies is I've come up with my own unique scoring system. Now, I will be scoring whiskies based on taste and nose, but I'm also scoring whiskies based on their value. So this is out of 100, and what I've done is I've analysed a whole series of other 10-year-old Scottish whiskies in the single malt category, and I've looked at things like what is the average retail price. Now, I've been looking at some of the big players in the online market for whiskies, and I've been looking at how much they charge them. I've not been looking at whether they're being discounted or not. It's just the standard retail price that these whiskies go for. So I've looked at the price. I've looked at aspects of the whisky that contribute towards value. So what is the ABV? Is it non-chill filtered? Is it coloured, or is it natural? Does the bottle actually say some of these things? Which is critical. How easily available is the answer to those facts if it's not stated on the bottle, or indeed the carton that it comes in? Now, it's actually quite amazing when you look at these things that things like non-chill filter may not necessarily be stated on the bottle. It may not be stated on the website, but indeed the whiskey may well be. So what I've done with those is I've taken the score that I would normally allocate towards non-chill filter, and I've halved it if it is indeed chill filtered, but it turns out they haven't actually stated that information anywhere. So the scoring, it's based on value for money, based on age, ABV, chill filtering, colour. That's it. And it's scored out of 100. So you can imagine if you've got a 10-year-old whiskey that's kind of at the top of the pricing. Let's say, for example, if you can get hold of it, a 10-year-old Macallan, you know, they're quite expensive. So that's not going to have the best value score. Okay? And there's going to be other whiskies that are going to be sitting at the magic, which is around about 46% ABV. That's kind of the sweet spot that a lot of whiskies should be striving to be hitting. And to move away from the normal 40% ABV, okay, and start moving into those higher strengths, and of course be not chill filtered, and have natural colour. So that's the scoring system. By all means, if you do check out the website and you want to know a bit more, you know, there's opportunity to email in questions. I'm welcoming questions, feedback. The blog is going to go live straight away with a few posts. The forum, that's got a little bit more work to go on it, but it's almost done. So the forum will go on live, and that's going to give you the opportunity to post your own questions on there. So moving on, we'll be doing the tasting. So Glenfarclas, it's 40% ABV. It does actually state on the bottle that is natural colour, so there's no E150 on here. Unfortunately, they don't mention anything about whether it's chill filtered or not. There's nothing on the bottle, there's nothing on the labels, there's nothing on the carton. Now, I've scoured the website, Glenfarclas website. Their site is pretty basic. It gives you the information you need to know generally that they put out, but doesn't give you anything more. It could be improved. It could be improved, but I'm not here to judge their website. I've done a bit of research into it, and from what I gather, all the Glenfarclas range is non-chill filtered. So in terms of the value score, they are going to have a reduction based on the fact that they don't actually present the facts about the non-chill filtration. In fact, you know, obviously it isn't chill filtered, but they still get a half mark for that aspect of the scoring. The ABV, 40%, dropping that down because it's not the magic point of maybe 46 ABV, which is kind of the way it really would like to be. It'd be great if they put it out at 43%, to be honest, but the fact that it's only 40 does lose it a few marks. Okay, so we'll go ahead and we'll pour it. So what does the distillery say about this whiskey? Well, on the nose they say it's sherry matured, which it is. And it's got sherry on the nose. It's quite delicate. This doesn't jump out at you. They say it's got some spice on the nose, and they also say it's vanilla with some pear drops. Well, I'm getting the sherry, definitely, and I'm getting a little bit of the maltiness. I'm not really getting a pear drop. It's more like quite a mild acetone. I'm getting vanilla. I'm not sure I'm getting any spice on there. It is sweet. It is definitely, if anything, it's the sweetness that jumps out the most on this. You can see by the colour that it is quite pale. You can see that there's nothing being added into that. It does have some decent legs on it. But on the taste, so I've had this whiskey quite a few times. I haven't had much out of the bottle, because I don't drink an awful lot. But when I do have it, I have it quite regularly. Because I haven't had that bottle for long. I've had it just since Christmas. I've been enjoying it and getting used to it. And what I would say, it's quite a youthful heat to it. Being a 10-year-old, it hasn't matured as long in the cask as maybe some of its older brothers have, obviously being a younger release. It is quite smooth, which is what they say on the distillery notes. As I say, it's sweet. It is sweet on the taste. It is spicy. I think that youthful heat provides that bit of spiciness. I think that's like the alcohol is providing that spiciness rather than the cask being quite youthful whiskey. It is juicy. It's quite juicy sweet. I would say, you know, it's a bit sultanery maybe. It is a bit fruity. It's an enjoyable whiskey. It's an everyday sipper. I think if you were to water it down a bit, you probably lose some of those spicy elements. So I'm going to quickly do that. I don't think it really needs it. Not at 40%. And not being a 10-year-old, I think it's not going to have the best influence. That's made that sweeter. That's made that sweeter. It's actually a little bit spicy as well, which I wasn't expecting. So on to the scores. So for the value score out of 100, I marked at 88.21. So 88 is the value score. It's quite a reasonable price point, $32.95 for a 10-year-old. Looking at the range of what's available, obviously there are much cheaper 10-year-old whiskies and there are much more expensive 10-year-old whiskies, but it does maintain some of the score because it is non-chill filtered, and the fact that it doesn't have any colour added to it, that keeps the score slightly high. In terms of an overall score, bear in mind the flavour, the experience of drinking it, I'm going to give it an 85, which I think is a pretty solid score for a 10-year-old whisky. So that's this review done. I will be doing another review shortly, which will be the Ballantine Finest Blend. So check back again later and have a look at that video. Now, thanks. Well, later.